All right, good afternoon, everyone. So I would like to first start today by saying that I told you since last Friday that the market today was going to be very, very good, very slow and choppy because of the calendar, the economic calendar. What exactly about the economic calendar is making this day or these conditions hard to trade in? The fact that we have Jackson Hole Symposium in this week is going to make the days feel like it is Thursday of an NFP week. I also told you that I was looking for previous day low, and the way that they would deliver towards previous day low on their manual intervention was going to be taking this high and take this low next. And that's exactly what happened after I gave the stage to Axel. He could code this. But this is what I told you was going to happen if we're going to see manual intervention. This is what we have seen so far, the way I expected it to see. Previous day low taken. Why I was still looking for this? Because it didn't take it the first time. So this is what? Pending business. And later, what happened? Nothing. What did I tell you? You have four levels, which are previous day low, opening price, range settlement, and minor rise of liquidity. The market has just been ping-ponging between these four, nothing else. And I told you that you could see the market not leaving this lower or leaving this higher. So it's still inside of this reject or the opening range gap. It's gonna make an engineer liquidity around this to take later. Oh, what? That is not like I wanted to. I think I'm gonna have to edit that out from the video. Oh no, that doesn't look professional anymore, right? And I care a lot. You're gonna see how much I care after I upload this video. Anyways, today we're gonna be talking about algorithmic value delivery for expansion retracement. Okay, I have a lot of things to do. And expansion retracement. Can I choose where I there it is. Okay. Give me 1 second. I have to put everything ready. There it is. Okay, so you guys are seeing this right? You see good? Yes, thank you. Cock and ball petering. Okay. I wanna put that in the video. So expansion retracement, this is what we're gonna be talking about today. And I'm gonna explain to you what makes an expansion and what makes a retracement. Webby, we made it. So the expansion is when prices pulls. Webby, we made it when the price pulls or moves rapidly from equilibrium. I guess I'm gonna take a lot of, I think I'm gonna be here after 2 p.m. if there's nobody else gonna come into the stage. I mean, if I don't have a class after. So what the thing is this? The expansion, it is a large movement, strong and continues for a long time. So first of all, pay attention to this. It's when prices pulls or moves rapidly away from equilibrium. Moves rapidly or moves away rapidly from equilibrium. So when price expands, it shows a will, very important, an intention or desire of the men in black. You know who the men in black are, right? The market makers, to reveal their interest, which is going to be the direction or bias. Okay, it can be used like this. So their interest is going to be or can be used as our direction or bias. So let me cut this like that, and that's okay. Good. Any questions so far? Any doubt? Any? No? All right, that's good. So what you're gonna see the market doing is when you have a target like this, there are two ways in which the market can deliver. Yes, two ways, just like the consolidation model. So there's actually, once you understand the stages and once you understand how the market is going to deliver towards the target, there are not a lot of ways that the market is going to do it. It's simple. You already know what the market is going to do every single day and where the market is going to move from to, right? Liquidity and inefficiency or inefficiency to liquidity. Now, the way the market is going to deliver to them is going to be utilizing these stages. So I could have teach one class only for the expansion and one only for the retracement because these are two stages separate. But I think because they work with each other, they are practically intertwined with each other, I can teach them in the same class and do it right without confusion or without missing any part. So once you have the target and you see the market doing something like this, okay, this is basically the market having a displacement higher, expanding higher, and then where does the expansion start? So let's say, because you already took volume 1 plus number 2, this is your consolidation. You have the high of the range, the low of the range, and what else? You have the 50% or equilibrium of the range. So what does the first bullet point says? It says the expansion is when prices pulls or moves rapidly away from what? Equilibrium. So this equilibrium right here is also applied here in the consolidation. So this swing low that is leaving equilibrium higher outside of this consolidation range is categorizing this whole move from this low to this high as expansion. So what we do now is grab our Fibonacci, Gann box, regular box, anything that you would like to use, and put it from this swing low to this swing high. So this is how you find the right swing low to start measuring your expansion from, all right? Now, from here, have you ever heard Warren Buffett saying, buy low and sell high? Because this is how you find, yes, okay, YMs, WYMs, WYS. I always get, it's also the tongue twister name, bro. Most trades, Webby says maybe. Maybe yes, maybe no, depends who's asking, right? I love that answer. So what you're gonna see here, correct. What you're gonna see here is that this is how we find our low and high, and is by understanding the expansion. From this swing low, as soon as this delivery higher leaves you the 3 candle pattern that's gonna make a swing high, that is capping the expansion right away. So as soon as you see that swing low, swing high measurement, from the 50% to the low end is gonna be your low, cheap discount. And from above the 50% to this high, the one, is gonna be your high, expensive premium. So if we are buyers, we wanna buy in discount from 50 to the low. So that is the next bullet point. So we look, let me type like this. We look for another block or fair value gap that will be left at or below. In this case, it's different. Remember the consolidation model? It says at or around the 50%. Here, when we're bullish, we want to see the P rate being left at or below equilibrium. It's going to be the 50% of expansion. So what you're going to be finding here is that as soon as the market left the swing high, that gives room and that shifts from expansion to retracement. So the retracement has also a job. Remember the first class? There are two characteristics that make the retracement a retracement. The first one is going to be that the market will deliver to an inefficiency. So retracement is going to deliver back to an inefficiency. Remember, order block or fair value gap. So let's see, let's put the fair value gap here below the 50%. And also, it's going to deliver to discount. So as soon as you've seen the swing high being formed here, that is shifting the market from expansion to retracement, and the retracement has these two jobs, and it comes all the way down to discount, bam, and to inefficiency, bam. That's about the retracement. Once the market is down here, there's something that the 50% is doing, and is activating a buy program. And this is the reason why the market is going to expand. Why is it going to expand? Because remember the first bullet point. Expansion is when price pulls and moves away rapidly from equilibrium. So this equilibrium is activating another expansion from the retracement thanks to this buy program that takes place around the 50%. What? So that is shifting from retracement back to expansion up here. Back to expansion. And then you see the target being hit. Market maker buy model says most trades. Okay, do you have any question about that example right there? Doubts? The other way that the market can deliver this is going to be like this, okay? Pay attention. I see someone's typing. I want to see what you have to ask. Sometimes I see the market will just expand past the equilibrium, make a fair value gap, but never tap into it. So did I miss the move at that point? In the case that you see something like that, is because the market is going to be under the pretense of either balanced price range or a breaker block. In the time that everything under the 50% has already been efficiently delivered, and you do not need to see another comeback to discount. I'm going to explain more about that and how to spot it later in the mentorship. But in this example, you could see that you missed the trade and there's nothing wrong about it, okay? If I tell you, you don't have to miss any trade. You have to take any stop loss. You have to be there every single day. You have to have an entry every single day. That's not real. That's not real. Sometimes you're gonna miss trades. I miss trades sometimes too. Sometimes you're gonna get a stop loss, or sometimes you're just don't know what's going on. So you just don't engage. What if the market comes sweep that low? Then if the market comes sweep this low, this target right here was not a possibility. So we were looking at the wrong side of the market. Because after this one, it should just keep delivering lower. If it comes all the way back again, that's just seek and destroy the environment, and you don't want to be involved in that environment. Breakaway gap, yes, WYS. I said it right this time. Copy, JJ. All right, good. So what you're going to see now, and thanks, is the market, once it puts the swing high, when the market comes back here, and let's say you have two fair value gaps. But you know that you should be waiting for the one that is below 50%, right? Okay, here you can also see another way. Order block. Okay, so here you know that you should be waiting for this, but the market looks like it's respecting this one, and it goes and makes a higher high. So because it's making a higher high, now you feel like you're gonna miss the trade idea towards your target, and that you were right, and the market is going to deliver towards the target. And if you chase this, meaning if you buy up here, you will be doing what? You will be doing in premium, buying in premium, and you will be chasing price or trading this breakout. We as smart money traders, we don't trade breakouts. Okay, we don't do it like this, especially in premium. You can still buy in premium once you know what you're doing, but this is not the reason why you should be buying this trade. If the market breaks this high, there's a high chance of dropping you all the way up here and delivering all the way back, taking out this low, 50% back into this gap. And from here, you could see the market now going again toward the target. So this can happen sometimes. Let me see what you say. Would you consider the second trade invalid if it inverses the first fair value gap? This one, if it inverses this fair value gap, it may not make that invalid, but it's gonna make it less likely to deliver or more choppy to deliver. So it could still work, but it's gonna do it in a slow, choppy, consolidating delivery towards this high. Because ideally, what I want to see is the market respect this bullish value gap high, bam, and from here starts pulling. The buy program should start activating it and delivering strong. If I don't see that signature, then I could wait for more information or just take it, but know that it's going to take a longer time to deliver. Or just wait for the tap below 50. Oh, here? No, yeah, I will wait for this one to tap here. Because let's say, if now you see this break higher, now what you have to do, the new expansion range, is going to be this high, all the way up here. Now you're going to get a new equilibrium, but by no means you have to move this lower and higher to this low. And now think that you can get another fair value gap here to see these highs being taken. Why not? Because this is not a valid expansion. Why this is not a valid expansion? Because the retracement wasn't delivered efficiently. So what makes the retracement a retracement? Once again, this is a turtle soup. And this is a engineer's sell-side liquidity. So this is a sell-side liquidity that's been engineered because although this retracement is delivering to an inefficiency, yes, check mark, is not delivering to discount. So not check mark. So we can think that we are still inside of the overall retracement idea. We are not ready to start pushing higher yet. I need to see the discount being delivered and this pit array holding the trade idea. So this is why this is called a real retracement. Well, I call it that way just to explain it. It's not like you're gonna see these in books or in YouTube. I'm just on my channel. And this is called fake retracement. Fake retracement or engineer sell side or fake swing low. Might come all the way down here, and then from here wanna see that bullish delivery beginning. Chasing the money, yeah, don't do that. Will you show me some examples? Yes. The longer it takes for the price to go back into equilibrium is the less probability of it playing out. Thanks. Is that a question, JJ, or you're telling me? Just wondering. Yeah, question. Okay, so not always, okay, not always, but the reaction is what is going to be telling you how the trade is going to play out. Because the longer the market takes to go here is not necessarily meaning lower probabilities, but is meaning more engineering on the buy side. Because let's say the market makes this high and it starts coming back to the 50% like this. Dun, 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 dun. And then those of the traders that you know, that I know, that everyone knows, will say, oh, this is a trend line lower, a canal. So we're going to see now a lot of sellers. They're going to keep following the trend lower. But once the market reaches to the pit rate that is below the 50%, this could start just skyrocketing higher because of all the liquidity. Exactly. Low resistance liquidity run. Yes, most trades. Yes. Because all of the liquidity that has been engineered here. So the correct one, JJ, would be if the market is delivering in this way, making lower highs, lower highs, lower highs, that is beautiful for longs, just beautiful. But if the market is taking longer to deliver toward this target and it's not necessarily making lower highs, but it's sometimes making like this, that is not that beautiful. That's gonna be high resistance liquidity run towards the buy side. And it's not gonna be like this, but instead it's just gonna be the other one you said. Lower probability, it can stay here a little bit longer and then start delivering, then come back here and then start delivering to the target. Okay, that is something very, very important I just told you, because you're gonna see this sometimes. Okay? No, for real. That's a very good question, and you made me talk about something that is very important for you guys to know. So let me give you some. I don't know if that sound effect can be listening to in the video. Let me give it a there.
But that's probably just buying and selling pressure, right?
All right, let's talk about the examples. Let me show you. Please take a screenshot of this one and let me know so I can keep going. More passion, more energy, more energy. All right. So I know it's 2 p.m. already. If you have to leave, just let me know. So before you leave, I send you the YouTube video. And if you're fine, just stay here a little bit more. So let me show you this real quick. Okay, what do you have here? It's 3:30 a.m. for you. Oh shoot, it's 8 p.m. for you. Okay, yeah. That's the price to pay. Okay, so don't tell me what time is at your zone. I mean, I know you guys are very disciplined. That's what I love. I mean, I love that. And this is why I put all this effort into doing this correctly. But Axel is already crying on my DMs. Let me see. If you gotta leave, just let me know before, okay? I'm gonna stay here 5 minutes more. Just 5 more minutes giving you the examples, and that's about it, alright? So if you gotta leave, just let me know before you leave. But here, as you can see, we have the expansion higher. I remember this day, and you can double check me on the live streams because everything is recorded. But as you can see, the market is expanding higher, and what do you have? This retracement. This retracement is delivering efficiently to the fair value gap, right? And it makes a higher high. But what happens? This one is not near the 50%. As you can see, I'm marking it from this low to this high. So this is the 50%. And this fair value gap is not below the 50%. So this window that gets printed there, you have the delivery all the way, trapping them long, all the way lower to the fair value gap that is below the 50%. And I remember that in this live stream I told you, I want to see this upper portion respected and this lower portion remain unfilled. So this is why it says remain unfilled, just like I said in the live stream. But this whole thing is the gap. So the market comes here, taps into this upper portion, and then as you can see, it just chops a little bit, but look at the bodies are respecting the fair value gap. So this is still signaling or telling you that the market wants to keep pushing higher. Market goes higher, one more tap into the 50% with another bullish value gap right here, which is very, very small. Taps it, and then starts delivering higher and higher. And I have a trade here, okay? I take this trade, the market is dumping, I enter here and put my stop loss in this low. And then I ride it all the way higher. Okay, this is the first example. And this one will be the second way that the market can deliver, because it is leaving you a fake swing low, or engineer liquidity as I call it. And these examples are in the Indian Music channels. For those of you who wants to know, it would have been invalid most trades, but the delivery is going to be better if it doesn't go beyond the 50% for buy side. So that's an extra confluence. So we were looking at this price right here. I was looking for previous day low, and I called this in the live stream. But then you see the market from first presentation takes out the sell side, expands higher. We leave a gap in a bullish order block, and it keeps expanding higher. So as soon as the market leaves you this swing high, I know that this is my expansion retracement. I'm looking at the gap below the 50% all the way down here. The market comes back down there, no, makes a higher high. I don't chase it, I wait. Another swing high, another swing high. And now the market starts delivering lower, 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 lower. Below the 50%, what happens? Does it reach the inefficiency? No, it doesn't. And then you have this order block, yes, but this is low probability because below this order block, you have a gap. Okay, so the market fakes you out, delivering higher, and then dumps you down all the way towards the order block and fair value gap. Note how the 50% of the order block is aligned with the 50% of the fair value gap. Beautiful, right? The market touches it by one tick and then it starts delivering higher prices, a little bit choppy, expands one more time. Again, leaves you another opportunity with a fair value gap around the 50%. Comes back here, the bodies are respecting that with the bodies are respecting the gap right here in these candlesticks. You see that? One says, holy shit, I see it. And then it starts delivering higher prices towards the target that I gave you in the stream. Where will you enter? Okay, my entry would have been as soon as this kind of tops this, it's going higher, enter here, the stop loss here. But I would recommend you to wait for more information, and the best entry that I could think of for you guys would have been here in this retracement to this down close candle. So enter here, stop loss below this low, then a little bit of chop, yes, but then continuation. Then the stop loss is going to stay here. Or you can trail it below these three candlesticks that make the gap, because you know the three candlesticks that make the fair value gap are supposed to hold, right? Where is the order block? This is the order block, this down close candle right here. The single down close candle before this up move. So this one right here. Why this one? Because this one is tapping into this wick right here. And from this wick, you have higher highs being made, closing above the 50%. So I don't want to confuse you too much because this is hard condition, okay? So the best entry, if not this down close candle before the up move, would have been this bullish fair value gap, okay? So you can also enter like this. When the market comes to this gap and is closing here with the bodies, okay, you see that? As soon as the market respects this with the bodies, closes back above the 50% of this fair value gap, you could take a long. As soon as this candlestick opens, trades lower, you can enter in the market. Take a long and put your stop loss below this low. Because it's respecting the low end of the fair value gap with the bodies. It's an algorithmic signature that is going to deliver higher price. I've done this, guys, in my YouTube channel. I've done examples like this. I don't enter like a normal person. I take weird trades on my YouTube channel for you to see that there's not only one way to enter this market. When you know what the market is doing and where the market is going, you're going to be able to do things like this. Wait for something like this. Okay, the bodies, bam, this kind of opens, enter here. And sometimes you're going to see me entering and putting the stop loss right super close to it, because the damage is done here. All of this is back and forth done. We should start delivering higher. Then what do you see? Another bullish order block here and then continuation. But the idea for this trade is what? Pay attention. The real retracement model for the expansion retracement, right? Which is the fair value gap with the order block, or fair value gap that is below the 50%. And then you have this other example. When I'm looking at these highs, the market dumps hard, and then what happens later is expanding higher. So we find the swing low and we find the swing high, 50%. So look at this. This fair value gap right here is good, but what happens? This is the portion of the fair value gap that is below the 50% of the expansion retracement, of the whole expansion. So the market starts retracing, taps into the fair value gap, but what happens, this part of fair value gap is not below the 50%. Yes, the minus price range too. Nice dice, most trades. And then the market comes all the way lower to the lower portion of the fair value gap. And then from here starts delivering higher prices. Taps into the opening price random level. And another expansion higher. So I'm using this wick right here. And then this is another entry to deliver towards the higher prices. Higher highs. Oh, no, this is a trade that I took that is not supposed to be here. And I think that will be everything for today. If you want to see other examples of this, I have plenty of examples for this model in the musings. So let me share with you one more for you to see. So you can just go to the channel and start paying attention to this study room one. Okay, so all of you guys right now are gonna come up in the YouTube video. So if you wanna say hello, say something, right now, all of you, whoever types right now, hi YouTube says. Woo, is that me?
We are fucking waiting every week, every day, and
No,
it won't fucking
not that
stop.
much trades, not that much trades. Okay, that's gonna be it.
So okay, in 30 minutes time frame, first of all, what we have is we have a balanced price range. Balanced is basically when you don't have a week. So this is the BPR, you know? This is the BPR. Let me show you an example of EFBG. So EFBG is something like this, you know? That is the difference in between EFBG and balanced price range. Balanced price range is pretty clean. Sigue pushando esa mierda para arriba. Yo quería high of the day. Well, doesn't matter. So balance price range in 30 minutes time frame. Mr. Witness is recording the screen, so I just gonna give you the answer, alright? 30 minutes time frame balance price range. After that, we have an EFG. What is the problem with this EFG? It's the market don't take the equilibrium. So like the market don't take the equilibrium, we have two probabilities. What is the two probabilities, guys? What is the two probabilities? Now, when the market don't take the BPR, basically you wait for three possible futures. I'm going to talk about this because Mr. Que se metió el zombie de nuevo. I'm going to talk about this because this is something, another topic, and Mr. Witness is recording this. So I'm going to go over. But basically, when the market take a PDR rate and don't take the equilibrium, you expect for volatility, basically. You expect for fast movements, for volume. Basically, like happened right here, you guys see? So, okay, I'm gonna explain you the trade. First of all, the market make equal lows, like a failure swing. When the market make the failure swing, the market make a change of structure in this high. This count as a change of structure for me because we are paying attention in the candle structure. The candle structure is something like this, 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 this. In candle structure is something like this. So we have a rejection block right here, confirmation, change of a structure. After the market give you that, the only thing you're gonna wait is from the swing low to the swing high. You're gonna put the gang box waiting for something on discount. So what do you have on discount? Yep, is the PD array on discount. So entry is going to be based on the order block, and stop loss is basically going to be below the swing low. 90 ticks in stop loss, one risk, 10 reward, always aiming for liquidity. All of this is liquidity. And then after I close my trade, the market starts chop. And now we are making a continuation higher. But those don't matter, we already have profits. So yeah. Do you guys have any questions so far about this trade? O... Uy, se escuchó fuertísimo, ¿verdad? Se escuchó en el video. All good to go to the other trade? Yes. You can predict the volatility based on the narrative. That is basically narrative confirmation. So in BPR we have on discount, but in 15 minutes FG we don't have discount. So failure swing is something like that. Failure swing is like the market gonna get a manipulation. But that is something advanced, and I don't want to waste time, to be honest. So that's what I mean. That's why I go fast. So you wait for the yeah, basically. BPR is the best confirmation. And yes, right here, it's algorithmic price delivery based on candlestick in this failure swing. This failure swing is basically going to be the first confirmation. So no, ya puedes dejar de grabar, verás. Ahí voy a ir para el otro trade. So this trade is based on narrative, and now the other trade I'm gonna show you is based on algorithmic price delivery. I'm gonna show you the difference. Where the fuck is saving my trade? Right here. So basically, this trade is going to be based on this 30 minutes FEG. So the market make a reaction in the FEG. And actually you guys gonna see something right here, because in the morning I give you this level. In the morning, in 1 minute time frame, what we have right here is basically this liquidity. And this liquidity is one of the levels that I give you in the morning live stream. So in the 30 minutes time frame, we have the FEG. In 1 minute time frame, we have the liquidity below the FEG. We already talked about this. When we have something like this, you're gonna look for something on discount of the FEG, because the market leave liquidity close to the equilibrium of an important point is like something like, is random. It's not random. Hell no, hell no, hell no. So the first PD array that we have about the FEG, about the equilibrium in the FEG, is the 1 minute FEG. You guys see? So we already have completed the step number 1. Why this candle is liquidity? It's because this is a manipulation in this high. And then we have the drop. Manipulation, drop. You see? So, tanto Gucci, a ella le gusta fumarla. So, shit. Ella le gusta fumarla. Cripa, pero siempre pita el palo mochisuchi. So, first, the market take external, and then the market take internal liquidity. When the market take the internal liquidity, at the same time the market make a reaction in the FG. Uy, ya me quiero ir al culo. Bueno, When the market make a reaction into FG, the market leave you a rejection block. This rejection block, well, the reaction in the rejection block and the reaction in the second step is going to be two important confirmation for shorts. So that is basically, sometimes you guys ask me how you have confidence. In the step number 3, basically I said, change of structure, confirmations and entries. So the confirmations give you the confidence to take a trade, all right? So from the swing high to the swing low, we're gonna wait for this one. So this is the difference between algorithmic price delivery and narrative. We have the confirmations, we have this one, we have liquidity, external and internal. So the entry, I can full port my house in the equilibrium, my stop loss above the FG, and it's the same thing. You see? This is like 2022 model actually. So yeah, RIR, whatever. You guys see? Oye, ¿qué vamos a hacer si me enfermo y no puedo hablar? No mames. So that is basically thank you, Lady G. By the way, congratulations, Lady G. You pass a combine. You pass two combines. Time to get a payout. So you guys understand the trade review of today? All good. This trade was 12 ticks in stop loss, 1 risk, 27 reward. Done it. Done it. Done it. Done it. Simple as fuck. So all good, guys. You don't have any question? Pretty simple, like every single day. Step 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2. Yeah, typical, literally. To be able to spot those zeros more quickly, what should we with focus on learning, studying charts? Okay, my advice to you, Lady G, to be honest, is to focus on how to identify truly important PD arrays. To the first step, and to the step number 3, how to identify manipulation and how to identify a true change of structure to not get manipulated. So to higher time frame, how to identify true important PD arrays, and to the lower time frame, change of structure and manipulation, basically. La foto de Gigi es que es re buena, boludo. Un perro peleando. Yeah, I told you, you're not supposed to put a limit order in every PD array. What the fuck? No. Even on manipulation, because I know there is a lot of people who put a limit order in a manipulation just because they think they're gonna have a turtle soup. No, that don't have any sense. Just because people see, oh, you have a limit order in a manipulation, it's because I have more science, I have more analysis behind that manipulation. Not because in any manipulation I'm gonna put a limit order. Hell no. You know? So you guys don't have to go and full port manipulations. You guys don't have to go and full port rejection blocks. You have to use that as a confirmations. And actually I got my first combine. Hey, hell yeah. Congratulations, bro. So you guys understand? Brett, Lady G, Gigisk, and Mr. Witness? Qué putas. Congratulations, bro. Grazie. Alright, my friends. Now I gonna sleep you because I finished class. Hoy te toca, boludo. Hello, Mr. Witness Dad. Yeah, I'm gonna go to the gym right now, actually. That is basically what I'm going to do. That is basically how I fight with feelings. But I think I'm gonna get sick, guys. You guys gonna miss me. You guys gonna lose me because when I get sick, the only thing I do is sleep and sleep and sleep and sleep and sleep. Literally, I fall asleep for no reason. I don't know, have a seat in the restaurant or something and fall asleep. Literally, that's basically what I do when I get sick. So let's get priced so I don't get sick, because if not, you guys gonna lose me for a week or something. Because I feel like when I gonna get sick, I feel, I don't know how to explain that shit. Yeah, you guys can do that. I think everyone can do that. What the fuck? No, but it's because the weather, is going to get frozen here. You know, that's why I know. Bye bye summer. Autumn is coming. Autumn. So when we have time like this, I get sick, basically. Y este también lo que está escribiendo, ¿de qué querrá?